Good afternoon, Tiger fans. We had a chance to sit down with the JV coach, Jordy Powell, talk a little bit about the preseason, see what's going on, and see what Tiger fans can expect this year. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Well, tell us about it. I mean, you know, we heard there might be low numbers. We heard all kinds of things, but what's going on?
Well, we've gotten our numbers up to around 20. So going into the first week of the season with our game coming up this week, we're up to 20. And the majority of those will actually be able to suit up on Thursday, be ready to play for us on Thursday. So, you know, it's not where we want to be, but it could be a lot worse. We were supposed to scrimmage the Andrews this past week, and they couldn't get their numbers where they wanted them. So we're luckily able to do that. So that's what we got.
So what do you got, I mean, as far as returning players, players of note, tell us a little bit about your team.
Well, I've always said every team's completely different from the year before. It just
Right.
seems to be that way all the time.
Right.
So as far as returning, though, we got Andrew Teeks, our quarterback, again this year. He's a freshman, and he's grown a ton over the summer, and he's just got a lot taller, and he seems to be throwing the ball really, really well. Our offensive line, we're returning only 2 offensive linemen, but they are also just 8th graders as well.
Right.
Avery Chappell will be leading us up front at the center position. And as far as our backfield goes, we got a couple of guys in the backfield that it's going to be a different experience for them, I do believe. With Trey Hughes, he did get some time there last year. He's a little bit hurt last year, but he's definitely going to probably be one of the big key guys that we're going to lean on this year for certain. And Bronx McCall playing fullback, which will be a new position for him. So those 2 guys are going to get a lot of experience this year, but we're going to definitely have to lean on them for certain.
Well, I know JVs is an opportunity to learn. Everybody likes to win, but what do you focus on Monday through Wednesday with your kids as far as preparing them for varsity football and beyond?
Well, we're trying to prepare for Thursday nights, just like our varsity guys are trying to prepare for Friday nights. But at the end of the day, it's about, they need to hear something from me if they're going to hear from Coach Al. And that's really what it's about. Anytime that where I'm talking with the kids, it's always about, okay, what is varsity doing? What do I need to be doing? So whenever they hear something from me, right. Oh, yeah, Coach Powell I heard that from Coach Powell 2 years from now when they're playing under Coach Al. Those are the things that I just focus on that all the time. That's all I really need to be doing. That's what I do.
So anything else you want to add? I mean, it's kind of a short interview, but I'm really happy. I mean, I think you sort of addressed the issues that I wanted to talk about. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I'm just excited for the year. I mean, I think, now that we're getting toward the end of August and school's going to be starting back here another week or so, it's here. And I think it's important that we rally around our kids and our community, and this is the time for that. Each and every year, I look forward to game days when those flags go up in the stands because I know it's time.
Right.
And I think it's a sign too for our town to say, look, there's something special happening over there on that field, and y'all need to come see it. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Well, thanks, Coach. Well, one more thing. Let's talk about it real quick. We have kind of a unique conference,
yes.
I think, compared to the rest of the state.
Yes.
Can you go into that just a little bit?
Yeah, so we kind of follow what's called the junior high model with 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and no one else in the state is doing this. And so what we were able to do with that is also add a few schools that in our previous conference that were sort of left out to dry, if you will, because they had no one else to kind of play. So Mountain Heritage, Avery, and Mitchell are part of our JV football conference only.
Right.
So those schools have been added to our football conference. And so now with that being said, we play an 8-game schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And so, which is the limitations that the state allows the junior high to play is 8 games. So we're able to fill a full schedule out, which is good for that. And so it's a cross between a middle school, high school environment. And so that's what we're doing, and it's sort of the model. And I could honestly see this being something that across the state, this could be adopted. If JV numbers continue to decline in other places, right. They may look to us and say, okay, how are you guys doing that?
It is quite a travel conference, though. You go from Burnsville to Murphy.
Right. You go to the other day I was talking to the Avery coach, and they had to go to Murphy.
Right.
Avery had to go to Murphy the other day,
right.
And I spoke to him a few days prior to. He said, I'd rather come to you guys, like I'm sure you would. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
So, but it's the travel is, it's something that we talk about a lot, but, it's just, we're just thankful to be playing.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time and looking forward to the season starting and getting a chance to talk with you after ball games and getting your assessment on it. So thanks for spending a little bit of time with us.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Coach Allen with us today here, Tiger fans. At the end of preseason, scrimmage season, whatever you want to call it, played 5 quarters of football and 4 of them were just fantastic.
Yeah.
We struggled a little bit in the first scrimmage early, but talk about Friday night.
Wow, where do I begin? The kids had a good week of practice this week, and they were able to come out Friday night, and not only were they able to persevere and overcome some things, they were also able to kind of insert their dominance in areas. And that's something that we're trying to grow towards.
Right.
And I'm really pleased with the way that they played. They played very, very hard Friday night, and I'm super, super proud of those guys. Some of them had a couple of early week injuries that they had to doctor up a little bit, and they were able to pad up Friday night and not let it slow them down. So I'm super excited about what's to come.
Well, I wanted to start with that because even though it's a scrimmage, you can't overemphasize what a big win that was. I mean, we played a team that was bigger. We played a team that had more people. We had played a game that we didn't know how it was going to go, and we came out from whistle to whistle and dominated, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought our defensive line was particularly good.
Right.
I thought our offensive line play was the best I've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, we had some injuries, had to replace some people. The people that stepped in did a fantastic job.
Right.
But let's talk about your numbers. Speaking of people stepping in, what are our numbers this year?
All right, so at the moment we're at 24 players. Obviously, I'm always looking for more football players. If there's anybody in Transylvania County, Rosman, North Carolina, and I've seen a kid that looks like a football player, I'm going to ask him, hey, you need to be playing football. Why ain't you playing football? And if you are playing football, we got to find a spot for you. So that's something that not just myself, but my whole entire coaching staff, we're all on it, man. We're on the phone. We're out here trying to get these kids the opportunity to be a Tiger, and that's just something that we hold near and dear to our hearts. And the 24 that have been showing up, we're super proud of them, and we want to keep that number growing from year to year. We don't just want numbers, so to speak. We always talk about quality and quantity. If you can get both of those paired together, that's something very, very special, and that's something that we look forward to establishing and continuing to grow with as the years come.
Some things that I think are different this year than in previous years, and it's kind of a reflection of the bigger picture of college football. We got people coming in who hadn't played here before, transfers, and I don't want to get into names. And a couple of them did a really good job Friday night, but how have the transfers kind of blended in with the kids who've been here a while?
Well, I think that's something that we're very, very blessed that it's blended very, very well, and we've been real cohesive as far as that. It adds another level of competition, which is what any team would want.
Right.
You don't want to get complacent. You don't want to get stagnant. You don't want to get lukewarm, because that's when bad things start to happen. But it's added a heightened level of assertiveness and just competition during practice. And I think that helps us to be better on Friday nights, because we're used to competing every day at practice and trying to earn a spot. One of the things that we talked about early on in spring and coming into the summer was we got all the boys together, us and the coaches, and we told them, hey, ain't none of y'all got a spot.
Right.
Nobody's got a position.
Right.
You're going to have to earn it. And I really think the kids have responded as far as, hey, if I want something, I'm going to have to work for it, and it's not just going to be handed to me like a piece of candy. We're going to put it out there for you, but you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to work for it.
Well, I think that's
collect the check.
I'm sorry. That's one of the things with numbers. I think that, in a smaller school, Rosman or anywhere else, you get that risk of complacency because as a sophomore you played, so you're going to play as a junior. So I think you sort of tilled the ground on that a little bit.
Right. Yeah. The dirt's definitely been turned a little bit,
Right.
and these kids are resilient, man. They're a little different the different generations, we're as coaches, we're trying to find different ways to reach the youngins, and that's okay. That just helps us to grow as coaches and adults as well. And I think we're doing a great job as far as, one, being able to establish and set that standard, but also being able to recognize the day and time that we're in and find ways to reach someone that you may not necessarily be able to reach.
Well, I think
in other circumstances.
One of the things that I picked up on being around this program a little bit is that I think there's more enthusiasm, more energy this year than there has been in a couple of years. And I don't know, I think it's just a process of the program building since you've been here, but I think we're getting to that point now where we're returning some excitement. And I think definitely on Friday night, the crowd, they weren't as loud as they could have been, but the crowd was into a scrimmage as much as I've seen it in a while, particularly on that last drive.
Well, that's great. That's great to hear. I usually get locked in, so I don't know what the heck's going on around me. I can't speak for anybody else because I usually get in the zone. They always laugh at me at practice anyway because we start offensive team, and it's like, Coach, look at the time, Coach, look at the time, because I get so focused and I want to see something happen, and if it doesn't happen the way that I want it to happen, I'm like, set up, reset, let's do it again, and that's just a funny thing. That's always been a part of who I am, and I'm thankful that my coaching staff allows me to be myself. And it's just a funny joke.
I noticed when you made that comment that all the coaches looked and went, "Yeah, that's right." Yeah. Well, I mean, but I think that I've seen it as kind of a, more casual observer than y'all. Y'all are involved in it every day, but looking at it kind of from the outside a little bit, I think I've seen a lot more enthusiasm, a lot more pep, maybe an old-fashioned word, but in practice, I've seen a lot more kids that are enthused about playing than I think that I've seen in a while.
That makes me so happy, and it's a breath of fresh air when you can see kids, especially if you're in it and you're in the middle of it, and it's gonna feel like 100 degrees out there when you go to the field. You know it's coming, and to still have energy and excitement within our circle of football players and coaches, like, that's saying something. If you can still instill that and people can see it and you can feel the energy coming, even when they know that it's about to be excruciating to go out there and perform in it, I like to hear that. So I really appreciate you guys being observant and also supporting us in that, because we need the energy from the crowd, we need the energy from the community. It just helps us to play longer, because we know that in 1A, we need to last for 4 quarters, and we're going to do everything that we can as coaches to prepare our youngins to last for 4 quarters. Come Hades or high water, we're going to be ready to rock and roll.
2 comments on that. One, I thought that we became stronger as the game went on. I think that's a reflection of our conditioning or West Oaks non-conditioning. I don't know, but we were definitely in control of the ball game.
Right.
And that's proof of what you're talking about. You're going to go 4 quarters. You're going to play Iron Man football, to use the old phrase. The second thing is that, in regard to enthusiasm, is that we could have rolled up the tent when we got down with 3 minutes to go.
Right.
And we didn't.
We did.
And
for
the first time in, looking back over the last few years have been kind of dry. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in any bad way. I'm just saying that now I saw a team fight back. I saw a team that said, no, this ain't over.
Right. So as far as that resilience goes, man, some of our returners who showed up there when it got tight, man, Brian Ronaldo and Braden Rackley, they started just putting their head down, finding a crease, and just getting the extra yards after contact. And that's something that's going to carry us. I really believe that gave us the zeal to keep on rolling and establishing and showing we're going to put our foot down right here, put our foot on the gas. It's all gas, no brakes from here on out. Whether you're tired or not, we're going to line up and we're going to take another snap. So Brian and Braden, they've done a great job. They're two fullbacks that have had multiple reps, and I think they're going to do good for us this year. We were able to open it up a little bit and get some things around the outside as well, which I think is going to give some defenses a fit as far as moving on into regular season play.
And one thing I like about this roster, and I know it's part of it's a necessity, but we have about 6 or 7 players that have 2 jersey numbers. Yeah. one is a back number, one's a lineman number. I don't
Yep.
know that we've had that kind of versatility in a while.
So that's funny you say that. We got a couple mirrors there in the bathroom, and there's some trick mirrors. In one mirror you look like a fullback, and the next mirror you look like a tackle or a guard. It works out for us, and we just we're excited to be able to do some things of that nature. And our kids are up for the task. That's a willing testament to our program is we're not going to be selfish. We're going to distribute the wealth, and we're going to be able to make plays whether we're getting the ball or whether we're having to block for somebody else who's got the ball in their hands. And that's something that's going to make us a great football team.
Well, Coach, any final comments from you? This has been kind of a scattered interview, but I'll give you a chance to wrap it up clean.
Oh, that's all good. Yeah, man, I'm excited about seeing what these youngins are going to do in real-time play. We've been moving people around a lot in scrimmages, trying to see what we got, see what we're capable of doing. And my coaching staff, they've done a great job of setting up an alignment and making sure that we're working at practice intentional week after week leading up to the regular season. And our kids they're starting to figure out their place, and they're having to work for it, even though they may be in a specific spot right now. They know, hey, if I don't uphold my end of the bargain, I could get slid down a notch or two. So they got their heads on the swivel, I guess you can say. And I like what I'm seeing. It's great for us inside the locker room, and I think it's going to be great for the community outside the locker room, being able to kind of see it from the outside looking in. Some good things are coming through Tiger Town right now, and we just got to keep it going, keep the motivation going, and keep that cohesiveness rolling.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. I know you got a meeting to get to this afternoon with your coaches, so thanks for taking a little time with us.
Well, as always, we really, really appreciate you guys. We love the Roslyn Tiger Sports Network, and like we always say, love y'all big, big.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.